Hi there, boys and girls. Today we are going to do the next step of our third grade mirrored self-portrait. Last week, we should have created a self-portrait such as this one. If you did not already put a circle around your self-portrait, go ahead and grab the paper plate that I sent home and do that. I understand that it's not going to fit, and that is okay. For now, let's put that off to the side, and let's do the circle tracing around the around the light blue paper in your art kit. You're going to take it and you're just going to carefully trace all the way around. Now, I highly recommend you use a pencil. I am using a marker to show you because sometimes the video camera doesn't pick up pencil as well as it does a marker. All right, next we are going to find the stack of papers that I sent home with you that have a series of browns, which are actually skin tones. So you have several different skin tones to choose from. I believe there's 5, if not 6. And then you also have various colors that are half that size of paper, so they're smaller. And these all were paper clipped together. You have 2 sets of paper clipped packets of paper in your art kit. Another packet has several different kinds of pinks and greens in it. That is not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the ones that have skin tones in it, the big light blue, and then the smaller like other colors. Okay, so for right now we're going to focus on the smaller other colors. In it you have multiple colors, including a black and a light blue. Now here's the deal. If you see, this light blue is almost the same color as that light blue, so I wouldn't recommend picking that color for the next step. Also, if you have black hair, I need you to go ahead and save this for something, or for your hair for later. If you don't have black hair, it can be a choice. Now, what I have left is red, green, orange, regular blue, pink, and I do have yellow. You have a full sheet. I've already used this one. Okay, so I'm actually wearing a pink shirt today, so I will grab my pink, and I will grab my self-portrait. And here's what I'm going to do. I am going to take my scissors and I am going to cut out my shirt, only my shirt. I'm going to be very careful by only cutting my shirt because everything is actually going to end up getting cut out and you don't want to accidentally cut it before it's time. Okay? It's not done yet. I also have to cut this ring. So I'm going to put my self-portrait off to the side. And do that like that. This is trash. Okay? Now I'm going to put my white cutout piece of shirt on this pink paper. And I'm going to take my pencil and make sure we trace it as close to the paper as possible. And if we accidentally make a straight line, that's okay. So make sure you get each side. Okay? And it looks something like that. Now I'm going to cut it out. Like that. Do not throw this away. We will use our scrap paper for another project coming soon. I'm going to take this. Now you see that you can see my marker lines. I like to put my glue on the side of my pencil or marker lines because when I flip it over, it's nice and clean and I can't see it anymore. So I like to make sure that that's what I do. And then I'm going to turn it over and I'm going to glue it to the bottom of my circle so that it fits right inside. Because what this is becoming is a mirror, as if it was your own reflection. Now I'm going to get back out my skin color papers and I'm going to decide which skin color I have, okay? I'm going to use this one. And I'm not going to cut out the whole picture. I'm just going to cut out my neck. And this is actually where we're going to stop today because we need to make sure that we are all on the same page and we don't have too many loose papers at once. So just cut it out super careful, trying not to cut your face. Now put your self-portrait that's left in a very safe place. As far as the other skin tone papers, you can save them for the next project. We will be using very many colors for the next project, so they're definitely something I would save. Now, you are going to take your neck and you're going to trace it in the corner of your paper because we don't need to trace it in the center. It's very small. And you're going to just trace it around, getting it as close to the white line as possible, or the white paper as possible. Your line probably looks better than mine because I'm using a marker while you should be using a pencil. Remove it and cut it. Now you want to cut this line the absolute closest way you traced it possible because it's got to match up with everything else that you're going to cut and trace and re-glue to your future face. Okay, so all right, so again, I'm going to glue on the side with my marker line so that my neck is nice and solid. And I stick it down and I actually just barely overlapped on my shirt so that it is nice and like on the paper and my neck isn't floating. If I see any blue in between, I need to move it down just a little bit. And that is as far as we're getting with our mirrored puzzle self-portrait. You should have the following left over. You should have this picture, your skin color paper, the self-portrait that's left, and the other papers that we need for maybe the hair and the other scrap papers I sent you with. All right, I will see you next week. Have a good day.